The small village of Elmsworth was no place for dreamers. It was a quiet town where most people followed the same routine, waking up at dawn, working in the fields or factories, and returning home exhausted. But Nathan Cole was different. Nathan wasn't born into privilege. His father, Mark Cole, was a blacksmith, and his mother, Eliza, sewed clothes for the townspeople. They worked tirelessly to put food on the table. But Nathan always dreamed of something bigger, becoming an engineer and inventor. His fascination with machines began when he was 10. While others played in the fields, Nathan would sit beside his father, watching him shape metal with fire and hammer. One day, "I'll build something the whole world will use," he would say. His parents admired his ambition, but often reminded him of their reality. "Dreams are beautiful, son," his father said one evening, wiping sweat from his brow. "But dreams don't put food on the table." Still, Nathan refused to let go of his passion. Nathan worked hard in school, excelling in mathematics and science. His teacher, Professor Edmonds, saw his potential and encouraged him to apply for a scholarship to Kingston University, one of the most prestigious engineering schools in the country. The day the letter arrived, Nathan's hands trembled as he opened it. "Congratulations. You have been awarded a full scholarship to Kingston University." His heart raced with joy. He had done it. He was leaving Elmsworth. His parents were proud, but worried. "We barely have enough money for you to travel," his mother said, voice heavy with concern. Determined, Nathan took up extra work at the blacksmith shop, saved every penny, and finally gathered enough to buy a train ticket. With a tearful goodbye, he left his small town, stepping into the unknown. However, Kingston University was nothing like he had imagined. His worn-out clothes and rough hands made him an easy target for mockery. The wealthy students, especially Victor Harrington, the arrogant son of a businessman, belittled him. "You think a village boy can become an engineer?" Victor smirked. "Go back to fixing horseshoes." Nathan ignored the taunts and focused on his studies. But hardship followed him like a shadow. With no money for food, he often went to bed hungry. The long study hours and part-time work as a janitor drained him. Then came a science fair, a chance to prove himself. Nathan worked day and night on his invention, a steam-powered water pump designed to help farmers in drought-prone areas. He was certain it would change lives. On the day of the competition, as he carried his project onto the stage, disaster struck. His invention malfunctioned. Steam burst out, and parts of the pump collapsed. The audience laughed. Nathan's heart sank. He stood frozen as Victor sneered. "Looks like your invention belongs in a scrapyard." Humiliated and defeated, Nathan walked off the stage, his dreams shattering before his eyes. For weeks, Nathan considered quitting. "Maybe they're right," he whispered to himself. "Maybe I don't belong here." But one evening, he received an unexpected visitor, Professor Edmonds. "I heard what happened," the professor said. "Do you know how many great inventors failed before they succeeded?" Nathan remained silent. Edison failed 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb, but he never gave up. The professor continued. "The real failure is when you stop trying." Something clicked inside Nathan. He realized his failures were not the end, but a lesson. Determined, he began working harder than ever. He fixed every flaw in his invention, studying late into the night. He sought help, asked questions, and refused to let his failure define him. Months later, the university hosted another competition. Nathan perfected his steam-powered water pump and entered once again. As he stood on the stage, facing the same audience that had laughed at him before, his hands trembled, not with fear, but with determination. He started the machine. Steam hissed, gears turned, and water gushed out, pumping faster than ever before. The audience gasped. The judges murmured in astonishment. It worked. Applause erupted across the hall. Even Victor, who had mocked him relentlessly, was speechless. That day, Nathan won first place, but more importantly, he won the respect he had fought for. Nathan's invention caught the attention of business leaders, and soon, investors funded his project. His water pump was mass-produced and sent to farming communities, changing thousands of lives. Years later, Nathan became a renowned engineer, proving that one failure, or even 100, cannot stop a person who refuses to give up. One day, he visited his hometown. The boy who once dreamed by the blacksmith's fire was now a man who had changed the world. As he stood outside his childhood home, his mother smiled at him with teary eyes. "You never gave up," she whispered. Nathan looked at his hands, once rough from labor, now strong with experience. "No, I didn't," he said, "and I never will." Moral lessons. Persistence leads to success. No matter how hard life gets, those who persist and adapt will find a way forward. Failure is a stepping stone. Every setback brings valuable lessons that shape future success. Believe in yourself. When the world doubts you, your self-belief becomes your greatest strength.